After watching that, gentlemen, we feel like there's an A-Team series coming up. The time has finally come. You might be wondering, why is there a show on a Monday? Well, it's a very, very special edition of the 2021 Team Shootout, which takes place at the Eye of Africa on Sunday. While we're here, we've got all the captains. Hello, captains. We've got Simon Meyer all the way from Dalstrom. We've got Donnie Geldenhuys. We've got Randall Chetty, who's the captain of Series 2. And we've got Ruben standing in for Fats, as Fats' born baby gets home tonight. Everyone, how are we?
All good.
Yeah. All good.
Are we looking forward to the shootout? First of all, I know you've all got your own groups on WhatsApp. Has the excitement reached a level yet?
Yes, it's starting to get excited now.
Yeah, definitely from my side, Mez. The guys have been chatting a lot on the group. Mm-hmm. Looking forward to Sunday. My guys had a practice round, arranged a practice round for the guys. So yeah, the guys are serious and looking forward to it.
Donnie, what can you tell us? How's your team going?
No, all good, all good. Yeah, the guys are looking forward to the shootout, and it's like we're all keeping low, so we're gonna let the golf do the talking on the day.
Great. So the last time we were on, it was a long time ago, and when the teams were first decided. If you didn't know, it's the top 10 of each series from last year, plus a Barbarians team. So we're going to quickly remind you of what the teams are. Sai, we're going to take you through your top 10 and who will be playing in the knockout. Here's your team. Oh.
Yeah, my team's a nice balance of guys. We've got Peter and Ewald, Lyle and Sorrel. I think it's Sorrel's birthday today, so quick happy birthday to him.
Happy birthday, Sorrel.
Happy birthday.
Ryan. I've got two Ryans, which is awesome. I've got Dorian, Basil, and my man Kevy Ho, who's always consistent and always there or thereabouts. So I'm pretty happy with our team. The guys are excited. The guys are all playing well at the moment. So yeah, I think it should be a good laugh.
Great. Okay. And your vice captains is Ryan Jensen and Peter Prinsloo, if I'm not mistaken. Donnie, let's take us through your team and remind everybody who's in Sunday Series 1's team.
Yeah, obviously it's like we've got Cornel there, Frikkie Barnard, which is one of my vice captains. You know, Hanu, Gideon, Barry, Richard Stewart that came in as a late replacement towards the end of last year. Then we've got Leon, Paul Ricketts, which is also one of the vice captains, and then Graham. You know, it's like I think it's a pretty good team. You know, we've got a single knockout champion. It's like and Frikkie also there, so it's like I think it's a very strong team there.
And I'm sure there's been, with Frikkie involved, there's been a lot of vice captain chatting. Randall, here's your team you can remind us of, who's all been playing practice matches and doing well.
Yeah, listen, my team is definitely in form. Got Lukey, Ronnie, winner the season already. Charles Kobus, shout out, it's his birthday as well, big 5-0. So yeah, shout out to Kobus. Jason, Alan, Dean, Bully, and yeah, Brighton. Yeah, my team is solid. I mean, myself and Brighton have been playing together this team challenges for a while. Kobus the winner this season already as well, and the rest of the guys have been solid.
Okay, and then finally, Ruben, take us through the Barbarians team. I must say that we've got them a bit outnumbered because both vice captains are sitting on the panel today, myself and you. So take us through it.
Yes. So this was this was picked from guys that just missed one game or was top 10 rankings and won through the year. So we have Fats as the captain. Then we have Dana, that's always solid. Mark, that's in good form. Myself. Then we have Robert Michael. Then we have Rudy. And we have Renee Pandy. Then we have Mass, the other vice captain. We have Coach, Dylan Nabier, and we have Oki Brits.
There we go. All right, gents. Let's just remind you now of what happened up front. In the first show, there was a coin toss. It was between Simon and Fat. Simon won the coin toss, and he decided who he's going to take on first. And he decided to take on Randall's Series 2 team. So this is how it's going to look. Before I show you what's happening, if you don't know, things have changed up a bit. Because what we realized is with the tee times and the previous two shootouts, time is of the essence. So we didn't in the last two. By the time the last teams came in, the first teams were already off. right? Because there's no time in between. So we thought, well, we can't do 2 semi-finals and then wait to decide what's going to be the third and fourth and final, because we're going to miss tee-off time. So we decided we'll change it a bit. And we're going to do another coin toss, to decide which teams will play in the afternoon. So in the morning, just to remind you, we've got Simon's Thursday League against Randall Chetty's Series 2, and then we've got Darnie's Series 1 against the Barbarians team. When we went on course to Eye of Africa, where the captains came out with me to shoot some inserts, they did the coin toss to see who would take part in the afternoon rounds.
All right, lads. So we had the first show, and we did a coin toss between myself and Fats from the Barbarians as to who was going to pick the morning field. So that was I won that toss, and I chose to play Randall in the morning. So based on the time schedules now, we're going to have to do a coin toss between Donnie and Randall to see who gets to pick who they're playing in the afternoon. All right, boys. So we'll take that as heads, that as tails.
Heads
Randall, you're going to call.
Heads for me.
Tails it is.
All right. I'll play Thursday League in the afternoon.
Okay, Donnie, what was your decision-making process on choosing Simon's team to play in the afternoon?
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to the singles. What's the sort of more contributing factor? I'd rather play the doubles against the Thursday team, where it's like the guys can take the vibe in and everything. I think Si's team would have been a very difficult team to play like a virtual singles. So I thought I'll do that, rather play them man to man and team to team.
So gentlemen, Donnie has jumped the gun here. If you didn't know, we're adding singles as well. So there will be 2 teams that don't play each other, obviously, from the draw. So what we did is we said, we're going to make it even more interesting and have even more points up for grabs. And we're going to put the 2 teams who are not head-to-head in the pairings up against each other in virtual singles. How are we going to do this? Simon, correct me if I'm wrong, but the morning field, it will be the same 2 players playing each other, which has already been pre-decided, and we'll get to that. But you will earn IS points. So how is that going to work?
Yeah, so what we're doing is that the guys play virtual singles in the morning and the afternoon against the same player, and it will be your Stapleford points for both rounds. So if you have a bad first round, you still have a chance to recover in the afternoon. So it'll be your combined points for the day will then give you a point victory or whatever.
And what that means is you need to finish out your holes. You can't say partner.
Series 1 likes jumping the gun on things. I don't know. Ronnie, you and your team.
Yeah. So you can't say, partner, I'm out of this hole. You've got it. You're going to make the points. You have to keep playing. You have to finish holes, and everybody will play all 36 holes. And at the end, it might be very interesting. We'll have to sit down, do the calculations. At the end of the day, which team earns the most points will obviously win. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I think it'll add another dimension to it as well, Maz, where, as you say, the guys can't just pick a ball up or say, okay, partner, you handle this one. They're going to have to stay focused on every hole. So I think it will be good.
All right, I'm looking forward to it. Before we got started, I got some messages from the captains before we do the pairings and who's going to play who. This is what the captains had to say to each other on the course.
A message for your other captains.
Listen, just beware. We're coming. We're coming. Silent killers. We don't talk a lot, but we let the golf do the talking.
It's like I always say, don't judge. Don't be too cocky, guys. It's a lot of golf to be played.
I think we're scared. That's it.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's worth giving one. You only really give time to things that maybe are going to be an obstacle. So, yeah, maybe they must just enjoy their drive around the course or something, because they ain't going to win anything.
A typical Simon answer. Hey, Si, typical Simon answer. We've reached a point. Okay, so you're going to release your pairings. Nobody knows who's playing with who, but these are the pairings, and take us through your thinking of it. It doesn't mean they're going to tee off in this order, but this is who you've paired them together. Take us through it.
Yeah, so I'm lucky and unlucky in the way that I got 2+ handicappers in my team, which is a a good thing for solid. So what I've done is I've paired my plus boys with the higher handicap guys. Kevin Ho's always consistent, so he's there to keep Lyle in check. And Earvolt and Ryan are also two consistent players, and I drew the short straw to play with Peter. So that's pretty much how we paired everything.
Okay, so these are the teams pairings for the Thursday League side. All right, Donnie, are you ready to reveal your pairings?
Of course, yes.
Here we go. Tell the crowd why.
Yeah, so obviously you can see it's like I've got Leon Oosthuizen and Cornel Erasmus. Reason I put them together, I think they gel quite well and they've played together before. Barry Fenton and Gideon Richter, it's like I think that's going to be also a very good combo. It's like I think they can feed off each other quite nice. Paul Ricketts and Hanu, also the same combination there. It's like a low handicapper with a mid to high handicapper. Then obviously the big thing, everybody thought Frikkie and myself would be together. So it's like I'm splitting us up there a little bit. I think Graham and Frikkie, they both come from the Woesrand, you'll say. So they've got that Woesrand vibe going. So I think they will also be very good. And then myself and Richard, I think the two, like the previous captain versus myself, and we can also gel quite good.
Nice. I like your pairings, Donnie. And like you said, good to see that the Mighty Ducks, who I might add, shall we say, stumbled to a all square at Reimsig. That was an interesting result. So maybe it's not a bad thing. Randall, it's your turn to let the guys know the pairings.
Yeah, thanks, Maz. My pairings, obviously me and Brighton, I mean, we've been playing now, it's our third year. Good team, good combination. We actually won our game quite convincingly this weekend. Obviously Alan and Kobus also very strong pairing, low and high handicap. Also we looked at personalities as well, guys that gel together. So I think they make a good combination. Luki and Billy, solid. Luki had a good season last year, solid players. Again, Dean and Ronnie. Well, Ronnie played well this weekend. I'm sure he's going to get cut a bit, but another strong pairing. And obviously Jason and Charles, a low and high handicap pairing there for us.
Nice, I like it. Okay, before we go to the Barbarians, I have picked up one or two spelling mistakes. I apologize. In a day where I have to make 20 graphics and edit 10 inserts, there might be a mistake here and there. So it will be fixed by the time it goes onto social media. Ruben, you stand in for Fats. I'm sure Fats gave you your pairings. So what is Fats' pairings?
Yeah, so I got the edition from Fats. So it's Donna and myself. And then we have Maz and Oki. And then we have Rudy and Michael, which is a low and high handicapper. And then we have Coach and Fats together, which I also think is a very strong team. And we have Renee and Mark together, which is also a strong team, I think.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to spending the day with Oki in the cart. And it should be interesting. But it's come down to the time where we need to now reveal who is going to play who. As we mentioned, Simon's taking on Randall. We're going to do a coin toss, right, to decide who's going to choose the first pairing. We've got heads for Randall and tails for Simon. Heads, tails. I'm going to spin, and Randall, you call. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, running, and go for it.
Tails.
Tails it is. Right, who was tails? Randall?
Yeah.
All right, tails it is. Randall, before we move on, let me put this in so you can understand, gents. So looking at the tee of times, team 1 will start at 6:30 very early, but we have to get in 36 holes. But then you'll notice there's a gap between the first tee of time and the second tee of time, because Sunday Series 1 and the Barbarians will slot in at 06:38 so that we have the alternating of team tee-offs. Okay, so before we get started, here we go. Are we ready? Randall, who is going to be your first pairing to take on Simon?
Maz, no, I won the toss. I think we decided I can choose whether Simon can go first or I can go first.
Oh, okay. That's fine as well.
Yeah, so I chose Simon to go first.
Okay, you choose Simon to go first. Si?
Well, my first team out will be Earvolt and Ryan Jensen.
Ewald and Ryan Jensen out first. Okay, brilliant. So who are they going to take on, Randall?
Dean and Ronnie.
Excuse me. Sorry, this thing has gone a bit haywire. Dean and Ronnie. Let's just take this all off and just make it easier for everybody because it's just freezing a little bit. And we'll stay on here. So team, you said Ronnie and?
Dean.
Dean, right. Simon, your second pairing.
Well, I need to go first now.
Oh, okay. Sorry. You guys do it. I'll just stand and watch.
But if Simon wants to go, it's up to him, man.
No, carry on. It doesn't matter who we're playing. So you can just put all 4 there, 5 there. It doesn't really matter.
Okay, so my team is Lukey and Billy.
Lukey Billy taking on?
Yep, Dorian and Basil.
Dorian and Basil. Moving on to team 3.
So it's me to go again. That'll be Ryan and Sorrel.
Ryan and Sorrel versus?
Jason and Shaw.
Jason Ivans and Shaw Ferreira. Who's up next?
My turn. Well, it'll be myself and Brighton.
Yourself and Brighton, right? Takes up the next spot. And then, Si?
You'll be up against Kevin and Lyle.
Kevin and Lyle. Nice, that sounds interesting. Who is the next one?
Myself and Peter, then I think is all that's left.
Yourself and Peter will finish off the Thursday League side against?
Who's left of mine? Alan and Quibus, I think.
There you go. Alan and Quibus will take on Peter and Simon. So it's decided for the first game in the afternoon. Let's move ahead to...
Play off the seniors, eh?
Not allowed to play with the seniors. Everybody's off the way.
I just wanted to make sure.
Okay, Donnie, it's time for you and
Yes.
Ruben to decide on the pairings. Just so we check this, is 0638 is the first team, the second team 0652, and as we go down the list, gentlemen, who would like to start? Do we need to do another coin toss?
I think Ruby can go. Yep.
Okay, Ruby, you go for it.
Okay, the first team will be Pranay and Mark.
Pranay and Mark. Donnie, give us your first team.
Myself and Richard Stewart.
Oh, right up front. You're out the box. You want to get in and cheer your teams on coming back. Next, team 2.
Tony.
I'm going to Barry and Gideon.
Perry and Gideon.
And that will be Mas and Oki.
Okay, I'm off second with Oki.
Nice.
So then I will go with Rudy and Robert.
Perfect. I'm going to go Graham and Frikkie.
Okay, Rudy Robert versus Graham and Frikkie. We're on to team 4s.
Team 4 is going to be Leon and Cornell.
Okay, Leon Cornell.
They will take on Dylan and Fats.
Dylan and Fats take on Leon and Cornell. And finally, there's only 2 teams left. Who will they be?
So, yeah,
Paul and Hanu.
Yeah, and Dana and myself.
There we go. Rube also going off. Rube going off last. Okay. So there we have it. We will update these graphics that you saw with the silhouettes, and we will send them out so you know exactly who you're playing. Then, obviously, in the afternoon, once everybody gets in, we're pretty much the captains decided that the teams will stay. We'll just swap. Is that correct?
That is.
That's it. So then. The first 4-ball, if the second 4-ball comes in, then it's a direct swap. It's not too complicated. It makes game book setup much easier as well. All right, so there we have it, the team draw. I hope you're happy. If you have any comments, let us know, and we can start discussing the shootout. But the main nitty-gritty of it, it's done. Before we move on to show you who the singles virtual matches have been decided, we had a par 3 challenge at Africa, and this is what happened.
All right, so we've got the three captains of the four teams, and Ruben, which is the vice captain here, and so we have to have a challenge on a par 3. So we're on the 5th hole, very nice, beautiful hole, and we're going to do a closest to the pin challenge.
Randall, just don't forget it water in front. Huh? That's in the water, eh? I think that's in the hole. Here you go, buddy. Beat that, that's a meter away. Good luck, Danny.
I have to give somebody entertainment.
That's a great divot there, Donnie. Yes.
Lawnmower right. Lawnmower.
Sir? Definitely no, it didn't finish on the green, so where was that?
You see where the water is, Donnie? Where
Yes.
your ball is?
Yes.
It's about 30 past that, just on the fairway for a wedge up. Shot there, Ruben.
Beautiful, beautiful, Ruben. Where's that water?
Now look, you know what, boys? I'd like to commend you all. Because
go.
we've all done everything we could to completely mess this hole up. So at least Sunday 2 can have a win at something.
Okay, awesome. Only person to find the green, nicely straight over the flag. So yeah, 1 point for the Mavericks, Sunday Series 2.
And that's where we realized what your team is called, the Mavericks. Well done, the Mavericks. 1 point for you. Do you guys have team names? Besides, Barbarians are the Barbarians. We can't call them anything else.
No.
Donnie? Just Donnie's
No.
soldiers, I suppose. And Sai?
Yeah, Thursday. Well,
There we go. I'm sure something will come out as it gets closer and we amp up. Okay, gentlemen, let us go through, before we get to the singles, let us go through some featured holes. The Eye of Africa, if you've not played, it is a fantastic course. And when you have to play 36 holes, it is a fantastic challenge. We've done it twice before. The Sunday League teams have won both. First one with, if I'm not mistaken, Richard Stewart, and then Dana Perimal, or the other way around. I'm not too sure. So, it would be nice to see somebody else but Sunday League 1 win, in my opinion. Give somebody else a chance. Sorry, Johnny, you're going to have to come right. But as Randall mentioned earlier, all these players are winning events. So they're all in form. But the handicap is getting cut, boys. It's going to be tough.
Yep. Yeah, no, I definitely think so for Randall. You know, his team is, like you said, the handicaps are getting snipped. So it makes it difficult.
Yeah. Rubes? I think the Barbarians have a very good chance.
Yeah, I think we're underdogs. So, and I love it.
You love it.
I love the challenge.
Randall, you want to have something to say quick?
Yeah, I say no. My guys are in form. I think with the cut handicap, they in form. They're in form. It's IF Africa is not a to play 36 holes. You need you need to last over the 36 holes. I think my team, my guys, with that practice round we had, they know what to expect, and I think they over the 36 holes they'll show their worth.
Let's just remind everybody of rules quickly. Right, we had a discussion, and it is the course rules that anything in the rough is a lateral, correct? Red stakes, you drop out and you keep going, right? There's no need to tee off again. It will just speed up play over all the holes we have to do. So just remember, red stakes everywhere we go. Right, the gentleman did some featured holes for us. So have a listen and have a look at the featured holes. We start with Simon. Simon chose the par 4 third. And if you know, it is a tricky hole. A par is a great score.
My featured hole for the shootout at Eye of Africa this year is the 3rd hole. It's a stroke 2, 360 meter hole. Doesn't look too tricky off the box, but there's a ravine on the right, bunkers left. So if you're going driver, it narrows up. Probably best play is an iron, but then it leaves you about 160, 170 in that you got to hit over the ravine. So you got to be accurate on this hole. Should be fun. At about 165 in with the approach, played for the middle of the green, frags front, so let's see if we can 2-putt this for par.
I find this a very tricky hole. Very tricky hole.
No, it's a horrible hole. Absolutely horrible hole. You try to play clever, then you play stupid, and you try to play stupid, and it doesn't work. And so, yeah, it's just one of those holes.
An easy one-up hole to win there, hey, Donnie?
Yeah, I think so. It's like, hopefully my team can just knock it out the park on that hole. So it's like, I think Paul would be good enough to stand a chance to win there.
Okay, then Donnie, we moved up to the par 5 8th hole, which is a stroke 18, and this is what Donnie had to preview for you.
My featured hole for the shootout at IF Africa is the hole number 8, par 5 stroke 18. Quite a nice easy hole, easy birdie hole for the single figure handicappers, a good hole to make par on for the mid to high handicappers. As you can see behind me, a couple of bunkers which will be in play for the sort of mid handicappers, and then obviously your second shot to the green needs to be very accurate because there is a big slope behind the green where the ball can feed off. So rather keep it short, play for short of the green and walk off with your 5. Position number 1 on the fairway. I'm 205 meters out to the flag, so I'm definitely going for it in 2.
Donnie, after such a good drive, that chip is not out of the Donnie draw at all.
Yeah, no. What happened there is like the ground was a little bit wet, so the club just dug in a little bit, so it just came out a bit too soft.
You can't bogey a stroke 18 off a scratch handicap, D. You can't. It just doesn't happen.
Well, it was a par actually, not a bogey, so it's like, but it felt like a bogey. I was
Editing
on for 3
tricks.
and had a 2 putt.
Right, here we go. Then we had Ruben. Ruben decided on his featured hole. We needed to get a par 3 in here at least, and he chose the par 3 12th hole.
My feature hole at IF Africa is par 3, hole 12, stroke 7. So you have a slope on the left, you have a slope on the right of the green. It's not an easy green to hit, and I'm sure a ball will take this over. Standing here on a green, so it's quite a long green. So I believe it's easier when flags at the back than in front because it's a bit more narrow in front. There we go.
Nice to see a birdie there, Rubes. Played that well. That might have been the only hole you played well.
I like to make a birdie when you from a feature hole. So yeah, but as I say, if that flag's in the back, I think that profit is a bit easier because the slope is small in the front side of the green, where it's easier for a 5 if you go down that slope. So
yeah, I've seen many people chip it on and roll off the other side into that bunker. Hey, Rubes. So if you didn't know, Ruben did his first take, and he said, "But there's a bunker on the left and there's a bunker on the right." And we're all standing looking at him like, "What hole is this guy talking about? I don't see no bunker. Did they change the course since we were the last time here?" Yes. He had to do that leg at least 3 times. Okay, we've got the final featured hole, and this one is from Randall, who also made a birdie.
Okay, my featured hole for the Duckhook Shootout at IF Africa is hole number 15, stroke 9. Short little hole as you can see behind us, bunkers on the left and right. Also well guarded green with bunkers on the left and shovel over as well. I think at this hole pretty much most of the game should be over, coming to an end. But yeah, it is a risk and reward hole. So you can take your driver and go for it, or you just lay up with the iron and have a short iron in, which I'm going to do. Great shot, within the meter I think. Yeah, and that's how you make birdie. Easy hole.
Very legitimate birdie that was. Great. What was that? A sandwich in there, Randall?
Yeah, 4-iron sandwich.
Just shows you how easy and how short that hole really is. So use a bit of course management, and the point is up for grabs. Okay, gents, let's get to the singles. You have decided, you sent it to me over the weekend. Let's remind everybody of what is happening. All right, the singles, the teams that do not play each other. So the Thursday League team will take on the Barbarian team in a singles, virtual singles. 10 matches, 10 points up for grabs, right? Donnie's team will take on Randall's team. They are not playing each other in the pairings. So you guys, so both rounds you are taking each other on. So gents, here we go. Series 1 versus Series 2 of the Sunday League. Take us through it and your thinking on how you came up with these pairings. As you see, Donnie, to explain, we go from the left column to the right column. So Graham de Villiers is taking on Brayton, Series 1 versus Series 2. Take us through the rest, gents.
Yeah, I just thought I'll start with Graham last. Also, basically, cater for Brayton's. I think they're very similar handicaps, like a 12, I think it's like a 13, 14.
Yeah, I think we got Barry and Ronnie. Also I think that's going to be a good pairing, a good matchup over the 36 holes.
Yeah. Then obviously from my side, there's like third pairing, myself and Alan. I think Alan's also playing with like a 2-3 on the day, so I think that's going to be a good matchup as well. Two low handicappers.
Okay, then Randall.
Yeah, I got Lukey and Cornell next. This was the one that I wanted to put Lukey against Cornell. I think it'll be a good matchup. Cornell's good form, Lukey as well. It's going to be a tough one.
The next pairing there obviously is like Richard versus Jason. That was quite a difficult one to do because Jason is a very good player now. At the moment, he's in very good form. And he also seems to play quite well at IF Africa. And Rich is quite solid. So I think he can give Jason a good go. So that's why I paired Richard with Jay.
Yeah, then we got Leon and Charles. If I'm not mistaken, that's a good. I think we went according to handicaps there. I think they're very similar, if I'm not mistaken. That's going to be another good matchup.
Yeah, and then I've got obviously Gideon and Kobus. Obviously, Kobus is a bit of a high handicapper there. So my feeling is that Kobus might get a little bit tired on the back 36 holes, and I believe that's where Gideon can rise to the occasion.
Yeah, and then I got Paul and Billy. Also, I think very similar. I think Paul gets a 1 or 2 shots on Billy, but I think it's going to be another tough match, strong match there.
And we got Hanu taking on Dean Sherman, and then I'm very surprised that Frikkie is going to take on Randall.
Also very two players.
Oh yeah,
good single figure.
Yeah, just with Frikkie and myself. Frikkie was actually there with Dani when we were doing the draw.
Mm-hmm.
And my name was last, but I think it was planned. I think Dani and Frikkie pulled one over me there. But I told Frikkie it's fine. I'm going to get him on this one because remember we're not going to play in the same 4-ball. So I'm going to get him on this one definitely.
Okay, then finally, gents, it's Simon and the Barbarians. Take us through your pairings, gentlemen, and how it all came about.
Fats and myself sat over the weekend and each got a turn to draw a name and then go like that, 1 for 1. But I think the pairings came out quite nicely. I mean, you've got Basil versus Dylan, which I think will be a really good match over the 36 holes. They're both good players, so let's see what happens there. Ryan and Dana, also, I think, 2 solid players who are consistent. Dorian and Oki, the higher handicappers, which is the same as Saul and Robert Michael. So, I think those are going to be nice, even matches. Kevin's a nice, solid player, and Pranay, is playing really well again now, so that'll be pretty good. And then,
Yes.
well, with Mares, that's a good one. Esmond against Borragero, I think that's going to be a good matchup as well. And then we've got the two lefties against each other, which should be fun. And Ewald playing Ruben. I don't know, Rubes, what do you think about that one?
Yeah, I think Ewald has a few strokes on me these days, but yes, it'll be a nice tough one. And then you have
Yeah.
Peter and Fats, which is also going to be a good one.
There we
I
go.
think there's some nice solid things there, and I think it'll be good to watch those matches over 36 holes.
I like how you've done it. You've tried to keep the matches as tight as possible with very even handicaps. That's always nice to see. The closer the points, the better. Gentlemen, that is it. Now we just have to wait. There's a couple more sleeps left until we get to Eye of Africa very, very early. I think the range will be open by 6 o'clock. Get in, warm up, get your teams together, get some team photos. I know many of you have got shirts for your teams. It's going to be a good vibe. Last words, anybody, before we leave you?
Well, I think it will be nice with it being Eye of Africa on Sunday. I'm sure Chad Rose will arrive at some point because he always seems to go to Eye. So we can all say hello to him there.
You can come and caddy for us, Chad. Gents, keep up. Go, Donnie.
Sorry, Matt. Yeah, I'm just obviously it's like this week, is scheduled for a lot of rain again. So, I just hope the course drains well because I think that's going to definitely affect 36 holes on Sunday.
And it gets hot there after it's rained. I can tell you that much. It really does get hot.
Yeah,
That's it.
I think after this rain, he's going to play tough, the rough next to the greens again. So I think it's going to. I don't think it's going to be an easy day.
No, I don't think. So bring your drinks, plenty water, plenty drinks. If you're not drinking water, we know what else you're going to be drinking. Plenty hydration. Yes, let the banter continue, everybody, and let us have a great week. We leave you with some bloopers from the gentlemen after all we filmed. And we'll see you on Wednesday. Wednesday, we have another show, and we review Modderfontein, and we review a very, very long Reimsig Country Club. We'll see you Wednesday.
Pleasure, man. Follow you around. I'll go behind the cards.
I want to go around him like this, but I don't want to catch you out.
Over your shoulder, so like to the flag.
Or you're not looking at the camera.
Yeah, I'll look at the flag. Easy making hole for a. No, sorry, fuck.
Not easy hole to easy green to hit. So you will hit a on the left box. Simon.
Okay, so Ruben's feature hole is actually a par 3 with no bunkers anywhere, and it's still a par, will take it. Smile this time.
I'm concentrating.
I have to give somebody entertainment.